It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here right by my side as always. And we get ready to do this thing, man, because I'm coming off of a hell of a night. And you know what? I'm feeling good, but I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes and caviar dreams, man. You guys can tell I got
No. Go ahead. We have some stuff to.
You guys can tell I got that glow today, man. How you feel?
Why you have a glow today?
How you feel, man?
I
How you feel, dog?
I'm just making sure your heart rate has subsided and your systolic and diastolic pressure is under control after that performance last night.
Bro,
holy hell, that was one for the books.
I take no blood pressure medicines, okay? First of all,
you might need to look into it.
I want to let Sexy Red know, the big dog, he ain't on no medication.
This show is brought to you by BlueChew.com.
But nah, man, I'm feeling good, man. It's been a great start of a week, man. How you feel, man? How you feel?
I'm good. I can't believe that we're already rounding out the week here. We're just about 10 or so days removed from the next reality wrestling show that's going down live at the Walker Texas Lawyer Arena, 9300 Emmett F. Lowry Expressway in Texas City, Texas. We're coming off an incredible NXT show. A Raw show that left us with some questions. We got some updates on the AEW side, but I mean, look, we got to start with Sexy Red.
Yeah,
how do we not start with Sexy Red?
Boom, Sexy Red. Sexy Red blew up the scene, man. I'm talking about I used to raise the roof, but she blew the damn roof off. You feel me? But
give me the whole rundown. I want to know, when did you find out Sexy Red was coming? What was your reaction to Sexy Red coming out?
Yeah.
Well, we heard your reaction, but
waiting and anticipating. That's my analyst voice when I start talking. When you hear me go there, man, you know it's deep. You know what I'm saying? But now I found out, the week before Sexy Red was coming, of course, I didn't know exactly what kind of role she was going to play or anything like that. I didn't know she was going to be, the host of Battleground coming up at the UFC Apex in Vegas here in a week and a half, just about a week and a half. But I didn't know any of that. But, honestly, I didn't have any inclination of even what I was going to say about Sexy Red before I swear to God. But she did a good job. Okay, I'm going to say that right now. There's people on the internet. People always want to hate, on the internet. People saying, we had to bring some celebrity to NXT to, pop the crowd. But NXT been popping the crowd, for quite some time. For quite some time now. And Sexy Red was just, just icing on the cake. I think Sexy Red actually started it because she said something about Trick online.
Oh, right.
And then boom, it kind of like, just gravitated from that point right there, and everything just came to fruition as far as Sexy Red being on the scene. But me personally, man, I love, having some celebrity, some people from, different genres, come inside and play a role. And really, man, I mean, she's not from this wrestling world. She's a fan. But I must give her a props. She did a damn good job at what she had to do. And she pulled it off, man. Sexy Red. Shake it real fast. Get a little mo.
I mean, first off, I should have expected that Sexy Red was going to, give a little shake to the audience a little bit, show them a little something. But do you think that Lola Vice got hot at that? Because that's kind of her gimmick.
I can see a dance off coming. What?
Stop it now.
I'm serious,
Stop
man.
It now.
Do it.
I'm talking about gimmick infringement.
Do it now. No, man, look, ain't no infringement when it comes to twerking. I'm serious, man. You just gotta let it go. And Lola Vice, she's a damn good, entertainer. She's a damn good performer. Big ups.
I know we were just watching her Bellator highlights.
bro, she's
the real deal.
No, she's the real deal. That's what I love about Lola Vice. She's definitely made this transition as far as, really taking it serious, going out there and really thinking about the in-ring IQ. Yeah, man, Lola Vice is definitely one of my favorite. I love working with Lola on a weekly basis, seriously. And now Sexy Red's in the house. We heading to Vegas and Battleground. You know what? That's going to be a hell of a lineup. It's going to be a hell of a lineup. Of course, we got to talk about it.
There's a lot of NXT I want to get to.
Yeah.
Before we get off Sexy Red, I have a couple more follow-ups. First of all, Vic had some interesting lines for you last night too. What was meant by, if you stand up right now, you're gonna flip the table?
I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he said, what he meant by that. I don't know if he thought I was that energetic. I was gonna turn the table over.
I don't think that's what he meant.
I don't know what he was.
I don't think that's what he meant.
But nah, man. You know what, man? Big ups to the fans out there who has been highly entertained with Vic and I in the booth. Vic, man, has definitely brought something out of me that I didn't even think I had in me. I'm serious. So we having a great time in the booth. And I tell you, last night was perhaps one of our best times, just sitting there just laughing and having fun and really putting an eye on the show at the same time. So, man, big ups to the fans, man. NXT Universe out there. Love you guys.
And here's my next follow-up. What was the lovely queen's reaction to your...
She didn't see it.
You didn't tell her, baby, watch the show tonight?
No, I didn't tell her. I told her Sexy Red was on the show after the show was off. So, I'm sure she's gonna hear, But my wife knows me, man. She knows, she knows I'm an entertainer. She knows I want to make sure I go out and do my job, and I want to do it to the best of my ability every single time. It's not about me, man. It really isn't. People may think, I'm doing. It's not. This is not for me. It's not for me. I mean, I want to make sure Sexy Red get to shine, in that spotlight that she's supposed to get, just as well as Javon Evans. I want to make sure he get to shine. That he is definitely rightfully due on a weekly basis. Trick Williams, my boy. You know what I mean? So no, it's about these young guys. Just like. Miss Parker, blaming me for
starting
Miss Parker. For me, it might have been subliminal. You know what I mean? It might have been subconscious. As far as me doing something like that. But nah, it's gonna be always about these young guys that are having so much fun in NXT right now, and man, on our way to Battleground in Las Vegas, Nevada.
I love by the way, if y'all haven't heard the Jada Parker interview that we did in the Hall of Fame, she was great. By the way, I want to give her flowers and her props because she was awesome.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like I knew her a little bit more after the interview than beforehand, which is kind of what you want to get with these things. And then the Miss Parker thing that you started for, like, if anybody, because I know we have like a lot of young people who listen to the show too. If y'all have never seen Friday, because believe it or not, there are people out there who've never seen Friday.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking to a 20-year-old the other day. They'd never even heard of Friday.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That is one of the great lines from Chris Tucker. Damn, Miss Parker, she just don't know.
Yeah, man. I had a Miss Hughes.
That was the neighborhood?
In the neighborhood? No, it's the math teacher.
Oh, the math teacher, that was yours?
Yeah, Miss Hughes, man.
She had it going on?
Oh, man. I was like, what am I thinking here, man? I did great at math.
You paid attention.
Exactly. I showed up.
Eyes on the prize.
I showed up every week. You know what I mean? But no, man. No, that's the cool part, being able to have those throwback moments like that, like Miss Parker, and then bring it to what's going on today. Even the Shuggy Ducky Quack Quack. Shout out to Shuggy Ducky. If Shuggy Ducky is still out there, I don't even know if Shuggy Ducky, the original Shuggy Ducky, if he's still living. But if he is, man, big shout out, man. I'm just trying to keep everything alive, man. Just keep everything rolling. But I don't know, man. I know we got to take a break here coming up soon. I know the super chatters, man, they're out there and they're looking to get in. I know they're going to be having a lot of questions as far as what's going on inside the Hall of Fame, what's going on NXT with certain people and whatnot. So make sure you get those super chats in. Do it now. Do it for you.
Yeah, there's about at least 4 things that we really need to break down, maybe 5 that we have to talk about One of those is, what is Becky Lynch's status? There's a lot of talk about Becky Lynch.
Yeah, man.
The other things that we need to discuss are the portal. The transfer portal is open between NXT and TNA. I don't know. We got to think about it. Another star who was under the All Elite banner is now all NXT, it seems. And then
AEE.
Yeah.
That's what he is now, right?
Yeah. All Ego Ethan Page. Yes.
Yeah.
AEE. And speaking of AEW, one of their top stars is down with an injury for a substantial amount of time that we have to talk about.
He's finished. That's what it is. He's finished. He's done. Hey, guys, stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Can you dig it, sucker?
And this episode is sponsored by BlueChew. Guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Hey, you remember when you was always ready to go? I'm talking about strapping the rocket on it, man. Going straight to the moon. I'm talking about getting it done. If you want that extra confidence, I got something for you. Listen up. BlueChew.com. BlueChew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but in a chewable tablet at the fraction of the cost.
But the great thing, Book, is you can take it any time, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
The best part, guys, it's all done online on the internet. So there's no doctor's visit, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy or any of that.
And the thing is, Book, Blue Chew's tablets, they're made right here in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package, so no one is the wiser.
You know, let's just get it out there, guys. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. It's like this. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew absolutely free when you use promo code Booker at your checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping, man. That's BlueChew.com. Use promo code Booker to receive your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And, you know, we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Chew it and do it. Well, welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. We prepping over here. Backstage prep. Hey, man, what should we?
I think we should start with, we got a question in or a comment on the last show that we did, the last live stream, discussing. I think it was John JID, I believe, and if I have that wrong, I'm sorry. Discussing AEW Double or Nothing, right, and saying that it was unnecessary and dangerous. Now, I didn't agree with the unnecessary part, but the dangerous part, I said, yeah, you know what? You could say it was dangerous because of several things we saw on the show, chief amongst which was Adam Copeland doing the dive off the top of the cage and landing what looked awkwardly on a table where Malachi Black was. And you and I spoke about it just for a moment, and I thought when he did it, I was like, he didn't look good. Do you know what I mean? It didn't look like it was a soft landing or anything of the sort. Yeah. And he was hobbling around on that leg a little bit. Well, he released a video a couple of days ago saying that he indeed is injured. He fractured his tibia, which is your shin bone. And it's going to require surgery. When he looked that up, it could be anywhere from 6 to 8 months as far as a recovery time, depending on the severity. Maybe it's sooner, maybe it's not. But that sucks for him. And he said, and I wanted to get your kind of reaction to this because you've been a performer at a high level and had a long career. He said he's been feeling really good in the ring, and he let his ego get the best of him. And he thought maybe I could do more than I could. And he said his body keeps telling him that he can't in certain regards like that. Have you ever had a moment like that where you thought, man, I'm feeling so good, I can do anything in the world? Or have you always kind of had that sense of I'm not jumping off of anything?
No, I've never had that sense that, I can do anything in my body. I'm capable of, going much further than I, think in my mind I could push it. But no, man, I watched it, and the thing is, I asked a question, man. Why? I mean, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it or anything like that. I asked a question, why? Because, I'm thinking about doing that at 20, and it's going to hurt at 20. Of course, your body is going to, be able to take a whole lot more. It's just like drinking when you're early, and coming up in life. You're 19, 20, you're out there drinking every day. And then you hit your 30s, and it hits you a little bit differently, and then you get in your 40s and 50s, and they taking you to the hospital for the exact same thing because your kidney is going out and whatnot. You know what I mean? It's just your body. I mean, Father Time waits for no man. No matter how good you feel, you're capable of getting hurt, and in this case, you're capable of getting injured, and not just injured, perhaps injured permanently. We don't know how this that drop is really going to affect, Edge. I mean, of course, we know he got to have surgery, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the way I saw it, it looked very, very painful, and it looked like it's going to have more complications than just a broken tip.
Can you give us any insight as to why you're saying that?
You know what I'm thinking about, just like, just say, for instance, when you're in a car wreck, and then you go home that night, you feel okay.
Yeah.
And then you wake up the next morning and you got to call the doctor because your body was like traumatized. That was that his body was traumatized from taking that fall, and then everything in his body jolted when he hit the mat. That's what I'm talking about. It's going to be much more than just a tibia. That's just my opinion. Just because I've fallen before.
Yeah.
I've been in a car wreck before too.
Right.
So I know what trauma is, and at 50, man, I don't think anything good can come from that.
And I just wonder if there was something with, him jumping off that didn't go, well, obviously it didn't go according to plan, but because it looked like he almost dropped straight down. Do you know what I mean? And
well, it was no arc.
Right.
He had no arc to his body or anything like that. It looked like he just jumped into a pool feet first. And I just don't think, like I say, if he was, one of these 20-year-old kids doing parkour, they could do that. They can do that. I'm serious. No, but they go hit, they go drop it, they go land and roll, get up and go run, jump over something else and hit. That's just the way the bodies are equipped to be able to do that. But when you just just do it, you know what? I think it was a bad idea, and I think in hindsight, and if hindsight was 2020, he would definitely think twice about doing that.
Yeah. I mean, because again, I think that with certain things, it's just not needed.
You know what? Certain things are unneeded, but when you push yourself and you're trying to really, impress the guys in the company. You're trying to really let the young guys see, man, I'm willing to go out here and put it on the line just like you guys are. You can find yourself doing something like that. Yeah. I'm sure that had a little bit to do with it, because I really, I'm not just saying it's just to be saying it. I think Edge has leadership qualities.
Of course.
I really do.
Of course.
I really do. So I can see Edge being that guy saying, lead by example. I can see that. It's just like me coming and getting in the ring at Reality of Wrestling. I lead by example, but damn it, the last time we had a match, I act like I was going to jump over the top rope. It went viral. It got about a couple of million views, right? Because I'm like, man, I'm not doing that. The hell are you thinking? But no, man, you can find yourself, wanting to, have that moment, just because you're trying to impress the young guys. That might be what it was.
Well, I think that whatever was in his mind, obviously his body did reject it, and I just hope that, it's not as severe, perhaps, as they think.
Oh, it's severe. He's done. He's finished. He's finished. You might as well go. Nah, man. What I'm saying is, it's going to take a little bit more time to recover, just because the recovery time, and then you're going to want to try to get back in shape. It's going to be almost impossible to get in shape when you can't walk around. when your body's aching, and if something's hurting, it's hard to actually motivate yourself to just get in the gym and even just do upper body just because you waiting to heal. It's like getting, shot. You know what I mean? Your body just can't. Even though I've been shot once.
You've been shot?
Yeah. Yvette Craven, she shot me. Pellet gun. Yeah,
pellet gun.
Yeah, right here in the back. You actually see the scar.
Oh, okay. Is it right here?
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, she caught me, man. Yeah. So
did it hurt?
Oh yeah, I had to go to the doctor and everything, man. I had to get a shot in there and everything. Yeah, she was jealous. We went to a party the night before. The other girls was talking. Yeah.
How old were you?
About 13, 12.
So she shot you because you went to a party with another girl?
Yeah.
Wait, you got to tell me how this went down. Statutes run on this, so we're in the clear. So wait, what happened? You went to the party with the other girl. Did she run up on you on school the next day?
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's hard. It's a story that's really, really hard to believe. Now, my cousin had a party. We gotta go. My cousin had a party tonight. Right? My cousin friend. So I went around the corner. It's right in the neighborhood. Went around the corner, went to the party. Cause there's some girls there. They were jocking. We had a good time.
They were jocking. Can you not use 80s slang for a moment so we can keep up with the story?
You know what I mean.
They were jocking. All right, continue.
And the following day, my sister had bought me it's like a moped.
Okay.
And it was motorized, and I was riding. Yvette Craven came out. She was across the street. She came out with a pellet gun, rifle, and I'm riding on my pellet gun, and bang, she got me. In as I was moving. Yeah. So I don't know if she had experience or what, but they were country as hell. So she might have had a lot of experience with that weapon. You know what I'm saying? Because she did hit me, and I had to go. And you know what? It could have been a lot worse.
It could have been. She could have hit you in the face or something.
Exactly. Yeah, man. It could have been a lot worse, man. And that's what happened.
So it hurt.
Yeah.
And you're saying,
in other words, when you're wounded, it takes a little bit longer to heal.
Takes a little bit longer.
That's what I'm saying.
But nothing heals a broken heart, does it?
Damn it! I tried to get rid of her ass. I could take no more. I could see where that was going from the get-go. Why you think I was at the party? Shit. But nah. Oh my
But we
God.
wish Edge Adam Copeland a speedy recovery.
Yeah. Oh, this is we was talking about Adam Copeland.
Hopefully he's okay. But we're about to come up on a break, and there's one more AEW thing I want to talk to you about, and that was the announcement of a star that is re-signed.
Yeah, there's a few people leaving.
And then there's a few people leaving.
We got to talk about that. Hey, guys, stick around. You are inside the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey there, beach babes and beach bros. Are you ready to soak up the summer vibes and strut out with your ultimate beach bod? Well, good news, because our friends over at Manscaped have got you covered from head to toe.
Oh, yeah, Brad. We're talking about the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, the all-in-one grooming kit that's a total game changer for your summer look, man. With Manscaped, you're not just grooming, you're unlocking confidence you need to turn heads this beach season. Oh, yes.
That's right, Booker. And we're talking 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. And because you're listening to us, you get a special deal. 20% off plus free shipping with the code BOOKER at manscaped.com. Let's make this summer your smoothest one yet.
Man, let me tell you about the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. This bad boy got a summer makeover. It's waterproof, perfect for those splashy pool parties and beach hangouts. And don't get me started with the Weed Whacker 2.0 for those pesky nose and ear hairs.
Oh, and after you trim, you've got to try the Crop Soother Ball Aftershave Lotion. Say goodbye to chafing and hello to comfort all day long. Plus the Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, absolute must-have for those hot, sunny days.
Hey, and don't forget, every purchase comes with a little extra free boxers 2.0 Midnight Bravo. Talk about comfort and style that fits like a dream. You're gonna love it, I guarantee.
So what are you waiting for? Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code Booker at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code Booker.
Yeah, the summer sun is here to stay, so trust Manscaped and keep you looking and feeling cool.
Jump on this deal, y'all, and stay groomed this summer with Manscaped. Your beach bod deserves the best.
All right. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. We're talking everything sports and entertainment today, and I know you want to talk a little bit more about what's going on in AEW.
Yeah, there are some people leaving the company. There are some people who've left the company. Then there's some people who seem to be staying with AEW. Let's start there, because at the Double or Nothing pay-per-view, MJF made his return wearing a jacket that was similar to the one Triple H wore at his return at Madison Square Garden. Fans were quick to point that out. But he revealed a tattoo that he has that says "Bet on Yourself," and it's a poker chip that has the AEW logo on it. And he said, I think in his promo, I didn't need a New Japan or Vince McMahon. I bet on myself. And it sounds like he's AEW, at least for the long haul right now. And I heard he got a nice little contract, too, to stay there. So congratulations to him on making your money. Salute to you, MJF. My question to you is, one, do you like him staying there in AEW? That was a smart move for him and the company. And two, would you get a logo tattooed on you?
Of a company?
Yeah.
If it was my company?
No, not your company.
No, I said if it was my company.
But you know what I think was smart about the tattoo?
What's that?
Is that the AEW logo's there in the center, right? And it's a black poker chip. It's filled in. So you could cover that logo up
easily. Yeah, easily. No,
or you could just cover up the A and the E.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if you need it.
But no, man. As far as MJF go, I mean, of course, I would have liked to have seen him in, a WWE ring, and that's not something that won't happen. Perhaps in the future one day. His kid's still young, but him making that decision for him and his family, you can't do anything but respect that. That's the only thing you can do. This is his life and his career. That's the only thing you can do is respect that and wish him luck on anything that he does, more than anything. So for me and MJF, just keep doing your thing, man. Right now he's hot, and I just want to see exactly how far that kid goes in this business, because he's got a hell of a lot of potential.
I think it's the best thing that AEW could have done, just because he has been a shining star that's homegrown, right? I mean, a lot of the big names that they've had in the company, not all of them, but a lot of them have been stars from, WWE for the most part, right? And then some even from, New Japan, when you talk about Kenny and those guys. Honestly, I mean, Kenny and the Bucks kind of cut their teeth in New Japan and Ring of Honor. And even the core four, going back to Cody Rhodes, that's a former WWE guy. Chris Jericho, that's a former WWE guy. You just saw wrestling for their world title with Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage. Both coming from the company too. So I think that MJF has been a homegrown individual and has kind of gotten the respect of pretty much the wrestling community for his ability in the ring, but also his character work, his promo ability, his marketability, things of that nature. So that's somebody you throw the book at. And even if you feel like you're overpaying him, you're going to have to, because of what he can bring to you long term. And you want to lock that star down. I mean, can you imagine if he made the jump, where AEW could potentially end up? Where would they be roster wise? He's a strong piece.
Well, I mean, he's a hell of a piece to that puzzle, but
he's not the end all be all. But I'm saying he's a strong piece.
Everyone, I think, will be replaceable in this business, but he would be a big piece to lose for AEW. And one thing that MJF said that is true. He bet on himself. He made himself. He's a guy that's right now renowned around the wrestling world, and he did it all on his own merit. His promos, his in-ring work, his character building, as well as I really think he's doing it the right way too, because being in AEW, I'm sure he's got a healthy contract, and like I said just a little bit ago, that he's still young. This kid's still young, and he could find himself in WWE sometime later on in his life, and things are going to be a whole lot better for him when he finally get there. MJF is going to show up, not some other guy.
Yeah.
So he's really doing it right. Somewhat like myself in WCW for so many years. So when I came to WWE, I was Booker T. I was a made guy. By the time I got there, and I think MJF is, he's literally, following that same blueprint. If you kind of look at it.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely following that same blueprint. And again, hats off to him. There's rumors of what his money that he's making. I don't want to put his business out there, but it's a lot of money. And congratulations to him. That's
Amen.
all I can say.
Amen.
Now let's talk about the people who are not with AEW any longer as of today or very soon. Let's start with he mentioned it. He's a friend of the show. Last time we had him on the show, it was to promote AEW coming to Houston area, and that is the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, who went over to AEW. I feel like in 2019, somewhere around.
I think it was
2019.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's no longer now with the company. His contract expired a couple of days ago. He said he didn't want to renew it, or maybe they weren't on the same page. I think you can see his exact comments on Busted Open Radio. Shout out to those guys. But no longer with the company, as is Arn Anderson's contract is set to expire, and Jake Hager.
Yeah.
What do you think? Start with Mark and work our way down.
No, Mark, you could tell there was something going on just because contract was coming up. Nobody was really saying anything, and then Tony Khan mentioned something at one of the press conferences, which was kind of alluding to, we've had a hell of a run.
Had a great time.
It's been a great run. It was one of those type of deals, and then Mark announced on Busted Open that he was no longer all elite. It's just part of the business, of course. Mark said he want to work more on his, markhenry.com. He's got a lot of other things that he want to do, a lot of other projects he want to be a part of. And if you can't be all in on something, you might as well, not be all in at all. Well, it's something, I'm paraphrasing. So I get it. Mark's one of those guys, man. The more if he asks you, hey, I got this idea, you mind if we try it? You say, hey, man, I don't know. Mark might say, look here, I'm out of here. I'm saying Mark's he's kind of stubborn. He's his own man, and you can only respect him for that. Hopefully, whatever he's going to do is going to lead up to greener pastures.
But he's a free agent now.
Yeah.
Which means when's he coming to reality wrestling?
I was just talking to Mark just a couple of days ago, actually, about coming to reality.
Oh, well, look at that.
So yeah,
we do have Summer Champions coming up.
Yeah, so
maybe that's throwing that one.
Yeah, definitely. But as far as Jake Hager, I hadn't seen Jake Hager on the show too often anyway.
No, I haven't.
I don't know what I don't know what coming in and just having a match here and there does for your product. You got a guy to contract, and you're paying him a lot of money, and he comes in and do a match here, a match there with no storyline. Nobody's really thinking about what kind of storyline can we create. It's just I don't know why you got guys like that on the contract myself. What I mean? Me personally, Arn Anderson, seemed like that would be a big loss, for that locker room over there, because the wealth of knowledge that Arn Anderson has. What he brings to the table is something totally different than anybody else in that locker room could bring. It really is, just from a mentoring perspective. As far as a promo perspective, nobody can talk to you about cutting a promo better than Arn Anderson. And then as far as match, Arn Anderson was one of the best psychologists that I've ever seen that come along in this business. So
he's an all-time great.
No, he really. I mean, and the reason I say this is I've had a chance to work with Arn Anderson up close and personal for many, many years, and I've seen it from afar as well. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know, and I don't, like I say, I'm not going to get anybody's business or anything like that. But I don't know if that's amicable. I don't know if that's orange. Just say, man, let me go ride off into the sunset, just relax and do, enjoy life for a minute. That could be it, because just being on the road, like that at that age is got to be taxing.
I think some of these things too are in 2019 when AEW is trying to get off the ground. You become a little sign happy. Signing all kinds of people to contracts because you're trying to grow. You're trying to get a roster. You're trying to get personnel in place. And now, when those 5 years are starting to come up, you're looking of like, what do we need? What do we not need? What will they want in return if we do want them back again? And I think that this is going to be something that we continue to see through AEW, especially until we hear about wherever their media rights end up. Because that media rights money is going to determine whether they're going to continue to be sign happy and overpay for talent in order to attract big names, or if they're going to have to, tighten up the belt.
Yeah. I saw something about Warner Discovery, and Tony Khan wasn't too happy about the offer or something like that.
Well, I don't know. And then they lost the TNT lost the NBA rights.
Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, guys, stick around. We got a whole lot more for you. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey everybody, Brad Gilmore here with the one and only Booker T, and today we're not just talking about wrestling, we're talking about something that's changed the game for both of us personally, and that's Mando whole body deodorant.
Yeah, that's right, Brad. The most valuable thing in the world could be that #1 draft pick, our home field advantage throughout the playoffs, but you know what's second? Time.
Absolutely, Book, and let me tell you, managing body odor, that used to eat up a lot of time. Always worrying about it, especially around midday, but not anymore since we started using Mando.
Yeah, but tell them why, Brad.
Well, Mando isn't like those other deodorants that just mask the odor with heavy fragrances. Mando stops odor at the source. It blocks bacteria on your skin from breaking down sweat, which, by the way, is what really causes that BO.
And it's clinically proven to control that odor for up to 72 hours. Now that's long-lasting, man.
It really frees up so much time since switching to Mando. I've even perfected my half-court shot, believe it or not.
Man, that's awesome. And let me add, I've been using Mando everywhere. Pits, grundles, and even those stinky crevices. We all got his aluminum-free, cruelty-free, dye-free, and vegan. Designed by a doctor who knew what was up about body odor, man.
And for our listeners, we got something special. New customers can get $5 off the Mando starter pack. That's over 40% off. Just use our code BOOKER at shopmando.com. That's shopmando.com.
Use shopmando.com. Check out their starter pack. Brad and I would not steer you wrong.
With Mando, you're really taking care of your body odor anywhere and everywhere. Give it a try and let us know what you think.
All right, now back to wrestling. But remember, control your body odor anywhere, anytime with Mando, and save big with the promo code Booker at shopmando.com.
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. Hey, man, just talking a little AEW right now, but we definitely going to be talking about what's going on with NXT heading into Battleground in Las Vegas, Nevada, going down on June 9th. I can't wait to get out there to that Apex, man, the UFC Apex. First time we're going to be inside the Apex for myself doing a show or, going to see a show. So I'm pretty excited about it. Pretty excited. You know me, just getting back to Vegas, baby. Just get back to Vegas. Getting a P1, getting a little Korean barbecue, whatnot. It's going to be good. Brad's going to miss out on that trip.
Well, that's all right.
Brad's going to miss out on that trip, but it's definitely going to be good. But, back to Orn Anderson, like I say, he's going to be a great loss. But whatever AEW is doing right now, trying to find their footing, trying to find exactly who's going to be those pieces to that puzzle to get those guys to that next level. One thing about AEW, the way I look at it, man, it's a different atmosphere. Just say, for instance, the veterans are the Daniel Bryans.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The veterans are going to be, those type of guys. I think going forward, the Malachi Blacks.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I'm hearing stuff about like Malachi, Ricky Starks.
Yeah,
there's certain rumors out there.
As far as
As maybe when those contracts come up, they're not going to renew. These are the rumors online.
Well, that may be true. That may be true. But my point is that I think the veterans aren't the veterans of the old school in AEW like it is like in WWE.
Right.
You know,
There's
Shawn
not as many of
Michaels,
those minds.
the Booker T's,
Triple H.
Exactly. So yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, we'll see. I mean, look, I think that with the AEW media rights, with WWE, who's now going to be flush with cash just from the Raw media rights alone, let alone USA for SmackDown, and then the CW with NXT, they're going to be making a lot of money right now and able to, pay people if they want them that bad, And I'm telling you, I don't know this for certain, right? But Malachi and Ricky Starks, I feel like, are going to be in WWE by this time next year, right? I think that they're as good as branded. That's just what I think. Now, I have nothing to back that up. I have no information. I'm just speculating off the top of my head, but it feels that way to me.
Okay, where do they land? Okay, that's what I want to know.
What do you mean?
Where are they going to land? SmackDown, Raw, NXT. Where are we going?
Well, I think that Malachi's already established on the main roster. He was on the main roster before when he was Aleister Black. I think he ends up back there. I think Ricky Starks is probably a guy who's in NXT.
Okay, I was just wondering if you were thinking the same thing I was thinking. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if Ricky Starks does come to WWE, he's going to be in NXT. I could see him playing a role in NXT.
Yeah, I could too.
Yeah.
Now, this is all speculation. There's no tampering going on. We're just talking out loud.
No, yeah. No, I'm just saying. As far as if he was to be a part of that company, I could definitely see him starting in NXT and perhaps moving to the next level, like through the draft or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
but speaking of AEW talent who's left and now is in NXT, there's some surprises that happened in NXT that we definitely need to discuss, and we might as well start there because there was trying to figure out who attacked Noam Dar, who took him out, who was it? Everyone was thinking it was Trick Williams, right? That's at least what two-thirds of Metaphor was thinking.
Yeah.
It was Trick Williams. And then we find out that it was not Trick Williams because Trick was attacked by the same individual, all ego, Ethan Page.
Yeah.
Ethan Page, who had been a part of AEW for the last several years and in the Ring of Honor brand, is now NXT. He's all NXT.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, it caught me off guard. I'm sitting at the table, and next thing you know, Ethan Page, hit the ring, being his face, appears, and we see who it is. I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't know Ethan Page was gonna be there until it actually happened. That was really cool about it. Like we were talking about, no leaks or anything like that. The people didn't. I didn't even know Ethan Page was available.
I didn't either.
I thought he still worked for AEW.
Me too.
And it was really a lot of people ticked off because they seemed like I had something to do with it. It seemed like they want me to have just a little part in it.
What do you mean?
Now, when Ethan Page did appear, Vic goes, "That's Ethan Page. Isn't he from AE?" And then he stopped. And they go, he could have kept saying it. He could have said the full, AEW, and I cut him off. And I go, no. I said, whoa. Don't say that. So a lot of people blaming me for that right there. But no, I wouldn't stop him or anything like that. I was just trying to see who it was. Maybe he did that on his own. Just want to let you guys know. I had nothing to do with that.
So you did not know, I mean, for real, you did not know Ethan Page was there all day.
I didn't.
You didn't know he was going to be on the show.
I didn't know he was in the building.
You didn't know he was going to be on the show.
I didn't know he was going to be
until you saw him.
Until he showed up. Yeah, that for me. It was actually something that I haven't seen in wrestling in a long time. As far as the boys being surprised. As far as what the hell's going on here. Yeah, so that was a great moment. Yeah.
And then and kind of tell me about, because you know what I think about Ethan Page in that scenario, that debut. Who does it remind you of? Who do you remember coming in from the other company, making a shocking debut, going after the top star in the company, and interjecting himself immediately in the main event scene? Who does that sound like?
Who's CFO?
You. You were in this. You did the same thing. You did the same thing, right? That's the same kind of debut.
Yeah, got
right?
Yeah.
Didn't know you were going to be there.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Jumped the top guy in the company.
Boom.
Came from the other company. interjected yourself in the main event scene immediately. That's what you did.
Yeah, I did do
So
that.
what advice do you have for Ethan Page?
Don't drop the ball. You know what I mean? Just make sure you do the job to the best of your ability. But I don't think Ethan Page is going to have a problem doing that. One thing I've noticed about that guy, even in AEW, he just wanted a shot.
Mm-hmm. He seemed hungry.
He just wants some TV time.
Yeah.
And that's just from me from the outside looking in, because he was always front man. He was always talking. He always had something to say. Yeah, he always had a look about himself. So no, I think him being in NXT, he's going to get a lot of airtime. He's going to be in a position where he can actually come up. And one thing about this business, you're never going to be on top all the time. You just want to be in the game. And if you can be in the game long enough to where enough people see you, man, you might can move up the ladder real quick. So I think that's what Ethan Page is going to benefit, being somewhere in NXT, just like Lexis King. I think Lexis King has benefited being on NXT. I think Lexis King has got more airtime.
Oh, yeah.
I'm serious.
Oh, yeah.
He's a TV star.
He is a television star.
I mean? All
Sambuca?
Sam Buka. Yeah,
Turks and Caicos.
Everywhere, man. So now I think a lot of these young guys could really, really benefit from that. I mean, not to, bring up anything negative or anything like that, but I think Adam Cole flourished a whole lot more in NXT as well. I think the world knew who Adam Cole was from a major perspective when he was in NXT. I mean, I could be wrong. But I think NXT is a place to where young guys that really want to cut their teeth and really put themselves in position to come up to that next level is the perfect place to be.
Well, NXT's on fire right now, and I think that to have somebody like Ethan Page come in shockingly, unexpectedly, he's going to see that kind of what you're talking about with Lexis King, because when Lexis came in, yeah, of course we knew he was Brian Pillman Jr. in AEW. We had him on the show. I think we were his first interview in WWE. We did. And, it was kind of like, okay, cool. Let's see what he can do. But they call it the machine for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Once that machine gets behind you and you have, I've benefited from just watching from afar the way that WWE production works.
Yes.
The production and how much they put behind every aspect that you see on a television program. There is not one thing that they don't consider before they show it, that they don't rehearse, they don't walk through. Let's see this entrance. What if we can do this? And what's great about that company is if you have an idea and they like it, they can achieve it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
They can achieve it. Hey, I want to slide in on a throne. We can do that. No problem. Get this man a throne.
Yeah.
Bring one in from the back.
No,
they're ready to go. And I'm excited for Ethan Page to see, like you said, he's got the ball now. Don't drop it. Don't mess it up. This is a great shot for him.
It's a great shot for him. He's in a great position, like you say. I mean, going into battleground now. I mean, right off the bat, boom. You got a chip in the game, kid. Just got to use it right. Use it at the right time. In the right place. Is it going to be Las Vegas? Oh, yeah, man. I can't wait. Guys, stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Can you dig it, sucker? All right, everyone, it's Booker T and Brad Gilmore here, and we've got something exciting for all you sports, comedy, music, and theater fans out there. We're talking about Game Time, the fastest, easiest way to get your hands on tickets to your favorite events.
That's right, Book. We love all those spontaneous, unforgettable moments, and Game Time is here to make them happen. Whether it's a last-minute decision to see a game or a sudden urge to catch a live show, Game Time has got you covered, giving fans access to tickets even at the last minute in over 60 cities across the United States and Canada.
And guys, this ain't about getting in. This is about getting the best seats in the house. With Game Time, you can see images of your seat before you buy it. So no surprises there, guys. You can score tickets swiftly. Skip the line, guys. Just dive straight into the moment.
Absolutely. And listen to this. Game Time guarantees the best prices. Find tickets in the same section and row for less elsewhere Game Time will give you a credit of 110% of the difference. So there's no reason to wait, bro.
So whether it's the thrill of the game, the laughter of the comedy, the rhythm of the music, or the drama of the theater, guys, don't let the opportunity skip by. Choose Game Time. Grab your tickets and just enjoy the moment.
Live should be spontaneous books, so guys, don't miss out. Check out Game Time now on their app or at gametime.co. That's gametime.co.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code BOOKER for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Lowest price. Guarantee. Oh, yes.
Welcome back inside the Hall
We're getting
of Fame.
caught up off air. You know what I mean? The thing is, look, we got stuff going on that we have to talk about during our breaks.
Look at this is a business.
B.I.N.S.
This is a business, man. There's nobody too far gone to know that. You know, it's about taking care of it at the same time, man. But now, talking about NXT and what's going on heading into Battleground, June 9th. It's going to be a great show at the UFC Apex. First time NXT has experienced the Apex. First time I've experienced the Apex. Always want to go to a fight there, but I am looking forward to UFC 303. I got some good news that came through on that. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, man. Oh yes,
I
man.
didn't know something about that.
Yeah.
Well, before we get to our super chats, there's two more topics that we have to talk about. One from NXT is Roxanne Perez is out there. Who's she going to defend? The NXT Women's Championship against?
Yeah.
We're trying to figure it out because really over the last several weeks of the show, the main focus from the women's aspect, I will be honest with you, is the Lola Vice story going on with Shayna Baszler. Now we're going to get that MMA or the Underground, NXT Underground,
baby.
And then the other story has been the NXT Women's North American Championship and who's going to win that. So Roxanne's kind of she's been there, but we don't know where she's going for Battleground.
Yeah.
And then we find out her opponent is going to be the TNA Knockouts champion, Jordynne Grace. Now, we saw Jordynne Grace at the Royal Rumble. Jordynne Grace has passed through Reality of Wrestling on several occasions as well.
That's right.
A TNA diehard, and really they built that TNA Knockouts division around people like her. She made her surprise entry into the NXT world for this champion versus champion match. Well, again, walk me through your thought process on Jordynne Grace. When did you know? How did you know? And what was your reaction?
Unexpected entry.
Unexpected entry.
I'm serious, man. She came out, and I didn't know she was going to be there at all. It was a surprise, a shock to me, just like it was for Roxanne Perez. And for me, that was a moment. That was a moment. I was talking about Jordynne Grace at the Royal Rumble and how good of a job she did, where she fit right in. She really looked like she belonged. And for her to, make this step to show up in Vegas, Battleground, taking on the champ, the Prodigy, this is going to be good. This is going to be really, really good. It's going to get a chance to let Roxanne Perez show how good she really is, as champion, as been playing this new harder role, and she's gonna have a hell of an opponent to actually do it with, because this business is always gonna have a good dance partner. There's not a better dance partner you can have than Jordynne Grace. She knows this business. Like you say, she have been here through Reality of Wrestling, and trust me, if you come through Reality of Wrestling and you don't do it right, you don't come back ever again. Trust me. I don't care if you refereeing, I don't care if you pulling cable, whatever it is, you mess it up, you ain't coming back.
That's true.
But now Jordynne Grace is definitely I can't wait to see it. Highly anticipate Jordynne Grace versus the Prodigy, Roxanne Perez, my girl. Yeah.
Well, I think that what's cool about Jordynne Grace in doing that is because TNA at one point, they were really making a gun to try to be the WWE level, right? They were even running their shows on Monday night, trying to recreate the Monday Night War. This was, several decade now ago, a decade or more.
Easy.
TNA, though, since the rebranding, they've gotten a lot of steam behind them lately. They're putting together a really good show. And I've gone out of my way to watch the TNA shows lately, and that they are good. They're way different than they were, let's say, 4 years ago, 3 years ago. It's a tight show, and they got good production. It's not to the scale of a WWE or even an AEW for that matter, but it is a good television wrestling product. And the fact that they aren't in that, let's say, stratosphere anymore where WWE or AEW might be as far as a big name company running big shows and big venues and things of that nature, they've kind of put themselves in a position to where they can work with other promotions. You know, we did a joint show with TNA at one point, but now working with the WWE, I think it makes sense. You know, I think it's fun because it's not like they're a threat to the company, right? And if anything, it's almost like when ECW back in the day had a crossover with the WWE.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, let's use some of your talent when we have a good spot for it. We can create something interesting. We can both mutually benefit from it, and the business is better because of it. I think it's a great thing.
Well, it's not 2008.
It's not 2008.
It's not 2008 TNA. I think it was 2008. It'd be a totally different ball
I
game.
agree.
But now I think in any no matter how you look at it, I think WWE can help TNA so much more than they can hurt it right now. As far as it could be looked at as a really big league form system as far as emerging talent to actually be able to come over and finally work that big show. Maybe they may just show up for WrestleMania. It might just be a one-off. You never know. But I just think it's so many ways you can work with TNA. I think it's so much more of an upside for TNA to want to work with WWE as well, just because, as well as those guys. No matter what they talk about on the internet, I'm sure Jordynne Grace had a moment of a lifetime when she did the Rumble.
Hell yeah.
Opposed to everything that she's done, in TNA, not knocking anything that she's done in TNA, but that right there is like, playing, college football and then going, playing in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Getting a spot in the Super Bowl. You get a chance to throw one pass in the Super Bowl.
You did it.
You feel what I'm saying?
You did it.
So I think all of those young guys would definitely benefit from having that experience. No matter what people say on the internet as far as, man, I don't ever want to go to WWE, man. I don't care about WrestleMania. You don't care about it until you get to it. It's almost like when I was a kid. And I grew up to be a grown man, and I would tell people, you really never miss what you never had, but that's not true.
Yeah, you do miss it.
Damn sure you do. You damn sure miss it. Seriously, you do. But I psych myself up to make myself not feel a certain way by saying that.
Yeah, you know what it almost reminds me of? It's like, do you remember being out, say you're out back in the days, right? At the, what is it called? The Rhinestone Wrangler. The Rhinestone Wrangler. You know what I mean? You see a nice, lovely lady, shapely woman.
Biscotti.
Hottie Biscotti.
Uh-huh.
You approach her.
Yeah.
And you try to put the game on.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then she rejects you.
Yeah.
And then you say, you weren't fine anyways.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, you know that she's still smoking hot.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just talking crap because you didn't get a piece of it.
Nah, it's like that.
It is like that.
It really is.
It's 100% the same thing.
So I feel that way. But
if you're in this industry and you see the pageantry of WrestleMania and you're a performer and you don't say, I want to be on that stage, you are lying to yourself.
Well, at least once.
At least once.
At least once, and that's why I say, I hear people say that, and I understand where they're coming from. Don't get me wrong, I get it.
But that's the you ain't fine anyways.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, seriously, yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, one last thing before we get to our super chatters. Again, we're gonna have another segment after this too, so we'll spend all that segment answering our super chats. So if you want one, get it in now. Becky Lynch. She had a cage match on Monday Night Raw for the world title, lost to Liv Morgan, and there's rumors that her contract she hasn't renegotiated it yet. It might be expired as soon as this weekend. What do you think the future holds for Becky Lynch? Do you think she's done? Do you think she's done for a little while? Does she go somewhere else? I don't feel like she does because I've heard her in interviews say I'm all WWE. But what do you think?
Well, you've been reading the tea leaves, man. You've been seeing what's been said on the internet. I even read, one of the guys said Tony Khan should hire. You know what I mean? You know what? And the thing is, he probably will. You know what I mean? If she comes available, and do it as quick as he possibly can. But yeah, I mean, if Becky is done, of course that's just part of the game. She's definitely going to be missed because I talk very, very highly of Becky Lynch. I talk about how much of a ring general she really is, how good of a true worker that she truly really is. You're not going to find a better leader, in Becky Lynch, and that's just me. Watching her up close and personal. But this business is a business that it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It's going to keep on moving. They seem kind of strange as far as Becky Lynch dropping the title. We're winning it, just because what happened
With Rhea.
Yeah, and then you heard what I said about her. I said, man, you can put her in that position because the company can trust her. And then all of a sudden, boom, this happens, and then next thing we hear in these rumors. Have she spoken anything about this?
No, she posted on her Instagram, and I know we have to go to break here in just a few seconds, but let me just get this in because she posted on her Instagram after the match and just had this to say, to be continued, with a picture of her walking out of the building.
All right. Stick around, y'all. You're in the Hall of Fame, man. We'll be back in a bit.
Can you dig it, sucker? And this episode is sponsored by BlueChew. Guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Hey, you remember when you was always ready to go? I'm talking about strapping the rocket on it, man. Going straight to the moon. I'm talking about getting it done. If you want that extra confidence, I got something for you. Listen up. BlueChew.com. BlueChew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but in a chewable tablet at the fraction of the cost.
But the great thing, Book, is you can take it any time, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
The best part, guys, it's all done online on the internet. So there's no doctor's visit, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy or any of that.
And the thing is, Book, Blue Chew's tablets, they're made right here in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package, so no one is the wiser.
Let's just get it out there, guys. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. It's like this. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew absolutely free when you use promo code Booker at your checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping, man. That's BlueChew.com. Use promo code Booker to receive your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And, we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Chew it and do it.
Welcome back inside the Hall.
I want to do that.
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. Hey, man, I know we got a lot of super chatters, man, in the waiting room, actually. So I know we might want to get to them so we won't run out of time. So,
but before we do, tell them when the next reality wrestling program might be. Next show we have here.
Reality Wrestling. Next program is going to be June 8th. Going down right here inside the Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena, 9300 Emmett F. Lowry Expressway. You don't want to miss out. You do not want to get shut up. Tickets on sale right now. Just go to realitywrestling.com. How was that?
It's beautiful.
Okay.
It's beautiful. I could cut that. I could run that. You know what I mean? We could put that on TV.
I'm just saying. You asked me to drop a.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted you to do it.
Okay.
That's why I wanted you to do it.
Cool.
You know what I mean? Get it over, brother. All right. Here we go. Here's our first super chat of the day. This is from John, JID 999, who said NXT was awesome last night. Booker was loving Sexy Red. Hope you give her music a shot. A lot of surprises and things to look forward to for the pay-per-view. Let me say this before you answer that. She is an acquired taste musically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know how some people are like I don't drink, but I know some people are a red wine kind of person. Some people like a white wine. Some people like dark liquor. Some people like white, light liquor, white liquor, however you say it. She's just an acquired taste, right? Some people are going to love it. And some people are going to be like, maybe it's not for me. Maybe I'm not a Zinfandel guy. Maybe I'm a more Merlot person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, definitely. Everybody's not gonna, gravitate to Sexy Red's music, or perhaps her in general. I mean, but that's that's the beauty of the world right now. You don't have to cater to, just one little group, one little corner to, still be able to make it in this life. I mean, I'm sure Sexy Red perhaps didn't grow up like a lot of people out there that perhaps do not listen or watch her. You know what I'm saying? It's just like me when, somebody say, certain people say Booker T is the worst commentator of the year. And I say that,
Well, we know who is signed.
No, but when I say that about guys like that, I say, but you may have never had any friends like me. You may have never hung around anybody like me. You never heard anybody talk about me. So maybe that's why you don't get it. And you know what? I get it. And the same thing with Sexy Red. No, she was definitely quiet in the zone. And she put me in the zone. I'm normally not that animated. No, I'm serious. I'm normally not that animated, but she made the show so freaking fun. She really did. She went out there and she just let it hang out. She wasn't shy about it or anything like that. And for me, that's what this wrestling business is all about. I give Sexy Red big props on her performance. And as far as the music, I've heard Pound Town.
Where I agree with you.
Pound Town.
No, I don't agree with you on Pound Town. It's not a record for me. It's not a record for me. I will say I like Drake's verse on You My Everything. I like the BBL Drizzy flip with the sample. But what I was going to tell you is I agree with you. Her energy was awesome. Sexy Red, as soon as she walked through, she was her. She wasn't trying to be anybody else. I don't know if she had the ability to be anybody else because she's just true to what she is. And she brought a great energy.
Pop it, drop it, lock it.
Do it all and repeat. And she did do it several times throughout the night. You know what I mean? She gave the NXT universe something to appreciate.
Sink the teeth in it.
But you know what? Shout out to Sexy Red. And you know what? I also want to give props to Ava Raine.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Ava Raine
she's found a spot.
She's awesome.
She's found a spot.
She has gotten so good in that GM role.
Yeah.
I even had to say it last night. Even in that segment with Sexy Red, she controlled it.
And her delivery.
Her delivery was great.
Yeah.
I said, man, she has figured out her role on the show.
I said the same. You know what? I said the exact same thing last night.
So good.
Yeah.
And so I really wanted to make sure to give her props on the show tonight because
Ava
I thought
did damn good.
she has continued to do well.
She's definitely stepped up her game. Seriously. Yeah, tenfold. She's found her niche.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
She's great. So I just want to give her a shout out. Okay, let's go to our next super checks. Now we're running low on time. Yeah. We spent too long on Sexy Red.
Yeah, Sexy Red.
Loso Dolo, you and Vic killed it last night. Hall of Fame performance.
Hey man, I appreciate that, man. I know Vic appreciates that as well because that dude works his butt off, man. Not just doing the play-by-play, but traffic and all of that. Then the banter with me and trying to keep me on point. He does a lot. He does a lot. He wears a lot of hats, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I couldn't do it without Vic. Big shout out to Big Joseph for making it all happen. Really, seriously, big shout out.
Yeah. Big props to Vic always. Cali Toenail, do you feel that Damian Priest needs to pick heel or face? Sometimes it's like something is lacking in this title run, and Judgment Day doesn't seem to have a focus. I will say, as far as the heel face thing, I'm not sure sometimes which side he falls on. The way it's not anything that he's doing wrong. I'm saying, like in the segment the other night, the segment is Damian, Gunther, and Drew McIntyre. They're all heels. on paper.
Mhm.
So I think Damian was trying to fill a role of someone's got to be a face here in a way.
Yeah.
And he did have like a tweener feel to him, which isn't always a bad thing. Because he, when I was watching the show with my wife, and she didn't follow like we do, and I said, hey, what do you think of these guys? And she said he looks like a badass. Talking about Damian Priest, like he looks like he's somebody.
Mhm.
So he's got that airport test. He's passed that it factor, and I think he's still finding how to be the leader of the show. Because when you're the world champion, you're the leader of the show. Now he's comfortable on the mic, and I will say his promos from 2 years ago, where he was trying to be a character that wasn't true to himself, and now he is himself. His promos have become really good. Same like Drew, same with Gunther. They're all great, but I do kind of see what Callie's saying.
Well, I think it's more than just one thing, as far as Damian Priest. He's got a monotone, of course. His work is not bad at all. He's the world champion, but the one thing you got to think about is the guys that he's following and what they did when they was world champion.
Seth Rollins,
Exactly.
Roman Reigns, they were just champions.
Exactly. So when you're looking at those guys and looking at their body of work, and then you're looking at Damian Priest and what Damian Priest has done, it's almost like, apples and oranges. It's almost like night.
But he's still establishing himself.
Exactly. But to be able to establish yourself, like Callie has said, that's something that he's lacking. It can't be there. And I understand exactly what Callie's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that, he's still got legs and time to kind of figure out.
You know what? No, the thing is, this is just his first run.
Right.
He's
gonna have more than one.
That's the thing, man. It's so hard to be the best champion when it's your first run.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did you feel like you were?
Heck no.
You felt like you were the best in your last.
I felt like I was the best my last run.
Right.
My first run, I was just trying to get my feet wet. I really didn't know what it meant to be the world champion. I was like, I want to defend the championship every week. I was just thinking about going out and having great matches. But I was in WCW, totally different place. So I think Damian Priest is still growing, not just as a wrestler, but as a champion as well.
Okay, yeah, I like it. Let's go to our next one. We have two more here before we wrap up for the day. Ralph, when Sexy Red was on NXT last night, you had me saying, shucky, ducky, whack, whack.
Shucky, ducky, whack, whack. I said it last night, too, and it was right at the right time. I think Sexy Red was saying something, and then I said, shucky, ducky, crack, crack, right on top of it. And it was perfect timing, man. But no, man, like I said, I had a blast. Took a photo with Sexy Red last night as well. Yeah,
I need to see it. You got it on your phone?
Yeah, I got it on my phone.
You guys should
in the red, man. Mando! Oh yeah, man.
All right, our final. And by the way, I will say, this happened over the last several years. There is a women's rap renaissance right now in the game.
Yeah.
When you think about Megan Thee Stallion, Nikki's still
Oh, they're
out there.
taking over.
Saweetie,
Yeah.
Doja Cat, Shinsia. You got Sexy Red.
Suge Knight say he wish he was out of jail right now because the ladies just taking over. He'd love to be in the game as far as managing.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm just saying.
Okay, I was like, where you going with that?
That's what Suge Knight said. No. But for Suge Knight, he still knows his game.
He's saying I'd like to market.
Man, the women are taking
yeah.
over right now. That's what Suge Knight was saying. So you need to listen to some of Suge's stuff, man.
He's got a podcast, right?
Yeah.
He does from inside.
From inside, yeah.
Yeah. And then our final one here is, hey, Uncle Book and Brad G, when Randy Orton and Gunther locked up, it gave me goosebumps to my toes. Wrestling is awesome. I agree with you.
Wrestling's back is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it is. Wrestling's back. I mean, and to be able to take wrestling out of the equation was something for me that I always found it hard to deal with. You know what I mean? Because I always felt like, that was the core of, what we do here in this business. So, yeah, man, those guys, Randy and Gunther, congratulations to Gunther. Congratulations to Nia Jax. We got a new king and queen. Let's see exactly how they run with it. I'll be giving those guys a grade in about another 3 months. So, guys, stick around. I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame today. Get your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, Brad for all the heavy lifting. But right now, guys, like always, peace. We love you. We out.